exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. Chance I bet you can't change nothing if you don't do that. I pay my taxes even when it hurts.
That's right, baby.
Sometimes
What in the hell are y'all doing, baby? I'm so glad y'all are here. I am so glad y'all are here. Anyway, it is Thursday, baby. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting, and I am pleased to see that Jay Clayton and Stephanie Dean are there. I know it, baby. Don't worry, it's going to get warmer over there. It got warmer here. I switched from my felt to my straw today, so the heat will come back on. Anyway, Steph is cold. Dorothy Tyndall is with us. Bruce Preston, thank you very much. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Adina Michaels here. Jeanette Miller, Ginger's Chat Show. That's Virginia Woodley. Y'all tune into her. She uses her voice all the time. Debbie Marie is here. The remixtress is with us, so thank goodness for that. Carol Lowe, Chick, thank you for being here, darling. Adina Michael, Jeff Curry's here. Irene Lambert, Linda Gallup, thank you for being here. Long time Blue Dot. Randy Peterson, buddy, what are you doing in for what is that? For F-R-E-R-R. Buddy, it's where my wife was born and raised. It's spelled F-R-E-E-R. Freer, woo, still in Freer, are you, buddy? Anyway, that's our old stomping grounds out there in the brush, baby. I hope you're doing well out there, my friend. BW is here. Karen Van Wyk, thank you very much, darling. Maria Betancourt is here. Trudy Baxter, oh, we're going to get to you in just 1 second, darling. Thank you for being here. Adina, Adria's, I'm going to mess it all up, baby. Andrea Shilkoff, thank you very much. I got that out of my mouth without screwing it up too bad. I'm glad to see you there, darling. Welcome to the family. Bruce Preston, everybody's here. Let me get on down here. I know Bernadette Priya's here. Kelly Clark, everybody's here. I got to get to the list. This chat goes by. I love this stuff, man. I'm having to get to the bottom there. Anyway, Jess Coggins, Mildred Ocasio, Scott Norland, thank you for being here. Anyway, it is Thursday, and let's get this kicked off. I got mail, baby. I got mail. Love it when we get mail. Go to the post office, and sure enough, shit there. And the first one is from our own Trudy Baxter. She is in the chat right now. Judy sent me and my wife a new calendar, and of course, it's donkeys. And because everybody knows, John got a donkey, and it's a 2024 calendar, so that's what we're going to be looking at come election season. Trudy Baxter, she sent a wonderful card. Thank you very much, darling. I appreciate it so much. I really do. That'll hang up there in the kitchen, and we'll be using that all year. Anyway, I also got mail from our friend Tony Giacomella out in Crescent City, California. And Tony's got a thing for bumper stickers, baby, and he has some. He says, the bumper sticker says, I got to read it here. It's in bright orange. It said, this is what Trump's ugly name stands for. Treason, Reagan, unfit, maggot, and puke. There's people are coming up with lots of synonyms for Donnie's name. It's easy to do. Tony, buddy, I got a collection of bumper stickers for you, buddy. If I put them on my truck, all of them, they chase me out of town. Oh, no. Anyway, thank you, Tony. I appreciate it tremendously. And then I got a card from somebody I'd never seen before, and let me get my glasses here because I don't want to mess up the city. It was from Bonita Townsend. Oh, how could I forget? In San Jose, California. I used to live in San Jose. As a matter of fact, I lived on Easy Street. That's right, baby. John lived on Easy Street. I think I was like 18 years old living in San Jose. And Trudy Baxter sent Bonita sent a wonderful card, and it's very heartfelt, a very nice letter in it. And that's not all that was in this envelope. She sent an extremely nice donation. She wants to help with getting John's computer fixed and John's glasses fixed. Bonita, you just brightened the whole day, baby. When we got that card, my wife couldn't believe it, and I can't say thank you enough for what you did. That was a big step, baby, and heartfelt thanks to all of you who continue to send mail and make our life a little lighter. Sometimes it gets rough in doing this shit, and there's a price you pay for it. But this is the love we get in return far outweighs anything that anybody can do to try to disrupt our day or make us a little bit more miserable, because the sun shines a little brighter when the Blue Dot family's in the room. Anyway, a lot of other mushy shit. I love y'all. It's been a hell of a day. I've already ate up a whole lot of time, and I know we got people that we need to talk to. Let me get our two co-hosts up here, our own Bernadette and our own Misha Chick, up here to guide us through the wasteland of news that is today. And boy, howdy shit, I had fun with it today. A little lighthearted well, one of them was lighthearted. I kind of enjoyed the story of George Santos that we're going to get into in just a minute, and also our good friend Senator Tommy Tuberville down in Alabama was in the news again.
He might be your good friend. He's not mine.
Not mine either, Mr. Chick. I tell you what, if I had good aim at his huevos, baby, my foot would, I'd like to kick him up into his tonsils just for fun. How are you doing, Miss Chick?
I'm doing okay, John.
Good. Bright day of news, isn't it?
I think they all had flip-flops on the other day or something.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the vote count, and there was a whole lot of Democrats that said no.
Yeah, I was going to get into that.
There's a reason for that.
Right.
But
I didn't get to find the reason.
Before we get started on all of that,
I
want to give a shout out to Erin Trombley for getting the endorsement of her Congressperson Paul Tonka in up there in Morrow, where she lives, and
she got the endorsement of the congressman from her
my
district.
Goodness, you go, girl!
I haven't seen it. Outstanding.
Yes,
outstanding.
Yes.
And again,
that's just really exciting.
This is one of our own. This is a Blue Dot decided. Yep, enough talk. Let's get into it, baby. And she did. She jumped in with both feet.
Run, Aaron, run.
Run, Aaron, run. That is her Act Blue account. If you can spare a few dollars to donate to Aaron to get her over the finish line, we would love to see her get elected. She is doing the Blue Dot work, baby, and I'm so proud of her. Outstanding. Hey, let me send out a quick thank you to Scott Norlam, who just came in with a $5 donation. Scott, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Starting on a new month now. Today's the first day of November, baby.
So I just had to get that out.
I appreciate it. Bernadette, how are you?
I'm doing okay. We we got a little cloudy, overcast thing happening. It's trying to rain on us for the next couple of days. But hey, we can use the water, right?
Well, I was just reflecting upon what Miss Chick said about weren't we all wearing flip flops? Well,
yes.
Guess what I went back to wearing today.
Yes, I saw
Flip-flops.
you.
Flip flops.
Yesterday you had on a sweater,
Yesterday I
which
had
was
on my felt
totally
hat.
unusual,
Yes, it was. Okay, got
I had
snuck
my
up.
muck boots on yesterday.
Your muck boots.
right?
Well, stay away from that muck.
It's wet
No,
out
it,
there.
it did. It warmed back up, and by the weekend, this weekend, we'll be back up in the higher 80s, and the rainbows will come out, and the unicorns will fly by, and all that shit. You know,
We're not going to be seeing those now until, July.
that's well, we pay a price for this down here in the summer because it gets damn well
Yeah.
hot, as we can reflect from this last summer. But
You can have them triple digits. I
yeah,
don't.
it'll burn you to death down here. Ain't nobody lives down in there in South Texas without air conditioning. Period.
I don't need flames to be the temperature.
Yeah,
I
no.
just don't.
I always say I can take more clothes off than you can put on. Anyway, it has been an active day, and yes, the George Santos fiasco that they put up on the floor out there to get him ejected from the House did not succeed. And well, Bernadette, we alluded, 31 Democrats voted to
Yes.
keep him. Why did they do that, Bernadette?
You know, I kind of agree with them, and I kind of agree with the 20 some odd Democrats that voted to keep him. The Republicans voted to keep him in because, see, he's been charged, and he needs to. The Democrats voted that way because his case is still in the House Ethics Committee,
It is.
and they want to wait until it comes out of the Ethics Committee to place that kind of a vote. But
Okay.
it was the Republicans that brought this vote to the floor.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it was the
So,
Republicans themselves that brought this.
there's that.
His fellow congressman from New York brought it
Yes.
onto the floor.
Because he's a drag on them. Because they're in Biden districts.
He's a
and
drag
he's a
on
drag
them.
on them.
You know,
And that's why they brought it to the floor.
He's
I
the
agree with the
anchor when the
Democrats,
ship
because-
is sinking.
See, this is the process that what's his name from come on, our old favorite one, the one who used to be a radio talk show comedian that
Oh,
resigned.
yes, he
Sure.
resigned. Dog it.
What do we-
Come on, Miss
I didn't
Chick,
know
you
he
know
was
I'm
playing
talking
game
I'm
show
sorry,
today. Uh,
Al
I have his
Franken.
face.
Franklin.
Al Franken?
Al Franken.
Franken.
Al
Al
Franken.
Franken. He resigned and did not
Yes.
get the process of going up into the House
Why?
Ethics Committee.
Because he thought he
just
was doing
resigned.
the ethical thing at the moment.
Yes, and I get that. But we lost the seat. So I'm willing to give this lying son of a bitch the whole process because he's, regardless of whether the House Ethics Committee votes
got-
that he's unethical, because we all know that he is, his district, the people in his district that voted him in, they want him out. And so does the DA over there or the you know, the man is indicted, okay?
Yeah, he's got
Let's go
23
through the
felony
process.
charges against him.
I'm willing to allow him to go through the process, just like Bob Menendez. Okay,
And
the ethical
I brought
thing
that up
to
today.
do
We
would
can't.
be
You know,
resign.
yeah.
Yes.
Should
But
he
they're not
resign?
going
Yes,
to,
but
because
he's not going to.
Yes.
And,
No,
and,
he's
and,
not
and,
going to.
and should George Santos resign? Yes, he should, but
Yes.
he's not going to.
But
It's
he's not, going
about
to.
ethics anymore.
Will they get
No, it's
voted
not.
out? Yes, they will.
Because if it was me or if it was you, John, my good friend, I would want you to be able to have the process to be able to go through. Okay?
If it, I think if
And
it was
that's-
me
that's
or
important.
most about anybody else, we would be the embarrassment level would be so high that we couldn't stand it.
You'd want to crawl back
You
under
would
the
wa-
rock.
I
and
would want to
slither
crawl
out
back
from
under that
underneath.
rock and hide
But
for the rest of my life.
We all know the Republicans got no shame.
No.
None. They
No.
cannot be shamed into anything that they've done unethically.
You know, the
Okay.
one that really pissed me off though wasn't George Santos thing. The one that really pisses me off, and it continues to do so, is the Tommy Tuberville one.
I agree with you on
Because
that.
last night, the Republicans tried on the floor of the Senate to individually get promotions for people that are in critical spots. These are critical positions that need to be filled. As a matter of fact, a side story is there was a commander in the Marine Corps who is juggling three positions right now. The workload on him is tremendous, and he had a heart attack. The guy's going to drop dead trying to do the job of three people because Tommy Tuberville down in Alabama will not lift his hold, and they've tried 61 times last night, and every time when the vote came out, they all voted yes. Guess who didn't? Tommy Tuberville down in Alabama stood up and objected to every
because he thinks that, you know, being equated, like, you know, him being a football coach is equal to being a military leader and, you know, working 18-hour days, because the stress is the same. You're playing a fucking game, as opposed to trying to win a war. I don't equate them at all. Tuberville, Alabama, please do me a favor and get rid of this motherfucker, okay? Seriously. Y'all, there are a lot of registered Democrats in Alabama. If you just go out and vote, you could get rid of his ass.
You know, it's like they're making a deal on the floor with ethics. And I want to point out Jamie Thomas wrote, because Bo of the Fifth Column did have a comment on this, and said that, anyway, Jamie Thomas says, Bo of the Fifth Column said there may have been a backroom deal. Democrats would save Santos if Republicans would save Tlaib. Both votes failed. No expulsion for Santos and no censure for Tlaib. All right, I don't. I'm sure there was. If that was the deal, then that's another problem. I don't want to make fucking deals when it comes to ethics.
No.
You know?
I would prefer to believe that they're waiting for this man to go through his due process.
Well, let's get his ass through. Yes, it's in the ethics committee right now. But again, we're making deals on ethics. We're making deals with what? The truth? On any side. On any side. Oh shit. Where'd Uncle Fatty go? Uncle Fatty.
He's right in front of you.
He's right. Hello, Dave.
Dave's right over there too.
On.
Hello, Uncle
Sorry,
Fatty.
I had to back out for a second. I wasn't getting the green light, so I had to do some technical difficulties.
Ah, well. See, a good
pushing
hammer
buttons,
always
dude.
comes in handy, doesn't it? That's right,
yes,
baby.
sir.
Whack that sucker.
Yeah,
It'll work. It'll work or it won't. Dave, glad to have you in the room. Uncle Fatty.
Thank you, sir.
You know, it's not Halloween anymore, John. You can take your mask off.
Yeah, that's real funny.
Hey.
I'm sorry, baby. You're stuck with this.
Well, it is a cold day in hell, though, when old Lindsey Graham has to call out one of his own.
No shit. Lindsey Graham told Tommy shit to his face. You're damaging our military readiness. Tommy doesn't care because Tommy's Christian values will not let him save the nation no matter what.
Tommy's bought and paid for.
He is.
It has nothing to do with his Christian.
This is what happens when you elect social stars. Tommy Tuberville was the football coach for Alabama forever. Roll Tide. Of course they're going to elect him. He's the best coach Alabama ever had. He's a legend. He's a fine football coach. He sucks as a senator. He absolutely sucks as a senator. He sucks as a citizen in my book. Holding up this shit because he wants a halt to what was our military's medical treatment, that we're going to run everything through Tommy Tuberville to see if it's okay if we do this or that. Kiss my ass.
Has any house or is any
Huh?
any Senate resolutions taking care of that? Because that's what I heard.
As long
They
as
tried.
yeah, they're trying right now. They're trying to come up with a way to circumvent his ass. That's what they was trying to do last night.
The
They
only
were-
way
they
that
were trying
can
to
do that is
embarrass
change
his
the
ass
fucking
into it.
rules. The
Huh?
only way that they can do it is to change the rules, and there are not enough votes
Not enough votes
in
to
the
change
Senate
rules?
right now to change the rules. But believe me, the Republicans are pissed too because you know what? They got family in the military.
They do, Bernadette, but Tommy Tuberville
Well-
came out and said that don't listen to the people in the Congress right there because they're just all putting on an act because behind the scenes they all support him. That's what he said.
And
That there
the man
are
is
a lot
fucking
more
delusional.
senators that support me. Really?
Really?
Yeah, it sounds like an ego to me.
Let's see him stand up with you then, buddy. Let's
Maybe
put,
3 months ago they supported him.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't,
I don't-
think they do.
I don't. Yeah, if they support him, stand up, baby. But hell,
Well,
Even
Mitch
Mitch
McConnell called him
came out.
behind closed doors and called them all out. Nobody stood
Straight
up.
up.
Yeah, that's one of the things I want to talk about. Fucking Josh Hawley. Oh, pissed off Mitch McConnell bad.
How so? What did Mitch?
Hawley
what
got
did Josh
bastards.
hauling ass Hawley do outside of
Yeah.
trying to overturn Citizens United?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
the
y'all don't
whole
fall
thing.
for that shit. They can't overturn Citizens United either.
Mm-mm.
That's going to take a constitutional amendment to
That's
do
how
that.
it got there. That's how
Mhm.
it got there. So that's the only way it can come out. It has
And he's
to be
fighting
about
against the Farm
2/3.
Bill too.
It ain't
Old
that
Silent
easy.
Mitch. Old Silent Mitch came alive in a closed door meeting. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Well, tensions are running high with this bullshit. How much more can this country
Yeah,
stand?
the Republican idiots in the Senate got Mitch not glitching. How about that?
Right?
I lost you.
Jesus.
I heard that one.
Mitch the
Somebody-
glitch. He is unglitched now, and he's pissed off
Good.
because there used to be a sense of decorum
No,
in the Senate,
that went
and
out.
all has been lost with these fuckers.
And Tommy Tuberville's whole ordeal is a prime example of that. One senator. Hey, Fan came in with a $5 donation, and he said, "Tubba shit is by far the most." Why are y'all giggling? He said, "Tubba shit is by far the most dangerous thing at this moment. He is undermining the security of the country by tearing down our military." Fuck. Oh,
Tommy Tuberville.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and he does.
my
he
my,
does
my,
do
my
that
mind
shit.
does. Fuck Tommy Tuberville. Fuck Donald Trump, and fuck MAGA. It's in the
There you
thing.
go.
I got it. I'm sorry for you. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Blame him. He wrote it. I have to.
Perfect.
I'm just the deliverer of the news. Anyway, thank you very much, Fan. For all you don't know, giggling. John's Rolodex is slow. So, a lot of shit happens. We have a lot of family. And the other night after the show in the Blue Room, Fan introduced himself as, I'm a guy, right? No, I thought Fan Tranoff was somebody. Anyway, you try doing this shit, keep all this shit up in your head. My Rolodex is rusty.
That'd be the Warcraft, John. That's the Warcraft.
Is
That's
that
not
it?
Dungeons and Dragons. That's not Minecraft either. That's the Warcraft.
I don't know any of them.
Okay.
Ain't
That's
I?
like
See?
Sparkball.
My kids and then with my wife out there talking about scary movies and what was the best I could come in. Well, I remember watching Poltergeist. What year was that?
Oh, bro.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Alien.
Though.
Alien was a good movie. And
Poltergeist
and
too.
oh yeah, Trump presidency. That was probably the scariest.
Oh,
That's that knocked it out of the park for everything.
Ooh.
But
Hey,
It's just
now,
like we
can't
forget,
have
too,
the
that
true
whole scary
story
line.
come out with a bunch of conservative memes on it. It needs to be like redone. It was like what CNN did something back in 2016 where they told the whole story about Trump and his lost Atlantic City casinos and stuff like that. They told
Right.
everything and everybody ignored it.
oh, the world knew who this guy was. We all knew who Trump was when he came up in 2016. Everybody knew who
You
they
all
were
know
voting
who
for.
his grandpa was old school pimp money.
Oh,
It's all pimp money.
Donnie's daddy? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Frank's dad. Frank's dad.
Yeah.
Grandpa. They were old. They owned whorehouses, prostitute centers, and burlesque houses after World War One, and basically, got their wealth from building real estate empires of brothels.
There you go.
I would love Donnie to be in Gen X right now
I'm
because I
telling
would
you,
battle his ass so bad.
This fraud trial going on up in New York right now. There's been Don Jr. on the stand for a couple of days. Today, Eric it was on the stand. I think Donnie comes up on Monday, and then after that, Ivanka, she's appealing. But Jan Shields has a glass of wine. Really, where's mine?
The thing is they're playing this off like it's a defense trial. They've already been found guilty.
They've been found guilty.
Yeah.
This is the part of the trial where they're trying to figure
Matter
out
of how much.
damages.
Yep.
Yeah, he's out there playing it like, oh, it's a moment. Expunge the case.
Right.
No.
And it's not even damages. It's disgorgement. It's the clawing back of the profits that they made
Yeah,
off of
take
the
it back,
fraud
baby.
that they committed.
Let me tell you.
They bought, and you know what? And I watched the mini fuck Trump today, and he said, "Oh, I shouldn't have to be up here testifying at
Right.
my father's trial."
Yeah.
Excuse me, idiot. In case you haven't figured it the fuck out yet, you're a co-defendant.
Yeah, it's not your dad's trial. Yours
Your
too,
family.
buddy.
No.
Hey, let me thank Maria Betancourt, who just came in with $2 and said, and I saw this, and I hope y'all did too. Little DeSantis wears shoe lifts like Trump. Did anybody
Yep.
else? I loved it last night.
He's 5'11".
Yes, he's very short fella. But last night on Stephen Colbert's
Got
show,
really big shoes.
they zoomed in. He's known for wearing cowboy boots, and for somebody that doesn't work anywhere around. Anyway, he wears cowboy boots all the time, and they zoomed in on the shoe, and I swear, yes, I could see it as big as daylight there. Evidently, he's got some very high lifts in those cowboy boots because you can see where the toe falls in the boot. And Stephen Colbert was pointing out the fact that when the end of your cowboy boots point upward, yeah, that's a telltale sign. There ain't nothing there, baby. And his boots are. They showed several different pairs of boots he's wearing, and they're all the same way. And you can look at it in the still shot and see where his toes start and where his heel goes.
Kind of looks like one of the 7 dwarfs.
He's wearing high heels. And he's trying to walk around in high heels, and they're disguised
Well,
as
he
boots.
claims that he's 5'11". Ain't no way in hell.
No.
That's like
Well,
Donnie's 215. Okay.
I'm getting a little tickled now because Ronnie Boy's numbers are going down. And guess who's going up? Lady out of South Carolina, Nikki Haley. Nikki
Yeah.
Haley's numbers are going up. Ron DeSantis is now, I think he might be below in some polls, below.
Yeah, she's number 2 now.
Yeah, she's number 2 now. Hey, let me thank
Oh joy.
Carol Dubers, who came in with a $5 donation, and I love this. She said, in honor of everyone here, because I respect all of you. And that's what I love. Thank you, Carol. That's what I love about this Blue Dot family. It's not me. It's this chat that goes on over here. I just fill the screen and make noise while y'all chat to each other over here. That's basically what's going on here.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Anyway, I love it. I love it. Let me see. Where were we right before I did that?
Oh, Ronnie's walking around like it's on
Nikki
a
Haley.
16
Oh, Nikki
stilettos or
Haley's
something.
going
like
up. Yeah.
that.
Yeah, she's gaining.
You
Hey,
know
you
where
know,
she's been?
if I had to pick one
Is that
person on that
good?
side that we could deal with, maybe it might be Nikki Haley. I don't know. She was an ambassador of the United States. She's still right
Don't
wing.
let her fool you.
No,
No,
she's
Don't
not.
let her fool you.
Take
They're
a look
all
at the
bad
rest of the
shit.
field.
At different
He
levels.
also co-signed Trump's shit. She was
Yes.
another one who was in the room,
In the room when it
majority
happened,
of
baby.
the fucking time and didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Name me one that didn't. That
Over the
did do
past
anything.
14
Nothing.
days.
Liz Cheney.
Compare her to DeSantis, I'd take her over DeSantis. That's not saying much, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
No,
voting
it
for
ain't.
anybody on that side. But out of the lunatics over there, she rises to the, at least she's, accepts reality when it's there most of the time, I would assume.
I don't
But
know.
Well,
yeah.
only reason her numbers are going up is because she's been talking to the churches for the past 2 weeks. That's all she's been
Is that what
doing.
it is? She's
11
been
out of the 14 days.
she's going,
Yeah, she's been talking to all the ladies
going
groups,
the way of the
and
Lord.
the
Well, maybe she'll
civic
get
groups.
saved and see the way, see the
Yeah.
light.
Well,
And
it
see
only
the
helps
error
out.
of her ways and become a little more compassionate with humanity. Nah, that ain't
Well,
gonna happen. She's a corporate hack just like the rest of them over there, baby.
Yes, yes.
Yes, what exactly?
let her
They all got to
fool you.
hit their own rock bottom somehow. Everybody's got to hit their own rock
on
bottom.
that side,
You know,
it's like everybody's got a price, baby.
Hold
Everybody's
on
got
for a second.
price.
I have an input.
What
I have an
input?
input.
Let me see your input.
It's Dave.
It's Dave. Knock, knock, Dave. What's your input, Dave?
My input is, what about Kennedy? You know,
He
the
is.
independent.
Yes, I heard that
Kennedy.
on the news today whilst I was in my truck that Kennedy is now rising in the polls. Now he's up like the 20-some%.
Yeah.
They were talking
and,
about an even split between all three of them, Trump, Biden, and Kennedy. Oh, please.
Yeah, right? Because
you guys remember
Kennedy,
Ross
has,
Perot.
Kennedy, they put him on Fox News and everything, and they hyped him all up. It was
Kennedy
just like
is being
before.
backed
They
by
created a
big
monster.
Republican dollars. That's what about Kennedy. Kennedy is being backed by big Republican dollars.
He is.
Yep.
He is being backed by the right to do this. They want, because they know that name recognition is going to impact the Democrat side.
They hope.
Yeah, they
Going
hope that's the game, and if they could siphon off some idiots, I don't want to say idiots because everybody has their right to who they want to pick as leader.
Well,
and right
which
now
side
I'm behind
they
Joe
are?
Biden
Kennedy, I'm
100%.
gonna say you're an idiot because he's a straight up, and he has been for a long fucking time, conspiracy theorist, and that's what he's about.
Kennedy? Oh yeah.
Kennedy.
Oh yeah. No, he's got some weird ideas, baby. Yeah.
His own family don't follow him.
Yeah. His own family don't want nothing to do to his ass. So, that ought to tell you something. But,
Well, you can't soar with the eagles when you're hanging out with the turkeys all the time, you know. And if you're hanging out with an idiot, I'm going to call you an idiot.
There you go. That's the way I look at him. He's trying to play the part of spoiler. He wants to impact the election in his way, and we've seen that in the past with third-party attempts to we're just not a three-party system here. We are a two-party system. If you're trying to peel your vote off to another system, not that it's not possible, but if you want to look at it realistically, no. I don't want to say you're wasting your vote, but we'll look at it as a number of the whole and go, wow, they're getting better. And maybe that is the key. I right now, we have to take I don't see that much trouble and not only because I try to be a little, keep perspective in mind, as in Menendez, whenever I talk about the corruption over there on the right. How can you talk about that if you don't throw in our own? And it's not like we don't have people on our side that support that are paid by gun lobbyists. The same deals that go on over on the right are going on over in the left. We're never going to get rid of it because it's inbred into our system. It's embedded in there. How business is done in our house. And when you look at it, it rather stinks. It's like people go into Congress, some of them, I guess, with good intentions to make things better for their district or for our country, for the citizens. And then they get to Congress and find out, oh, that's not the game. You got to, show up over here at this office building for 12 hours a day, sit on the phone and try to get donations for your next campaign while your staff takes care of the rest. They'll let you know if a vote is needed or what you might need to say. But it's lost. And the people's work doesn't get done.
Not at all.
No.
Well, there's one other thing that's troubling me too, and normally saying goodbye to a Republican wouldn't hurt that much.
No.
But there's a couple of them. It's kind of like a slow exodus.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Buck
It's
from
moderate.
Colorado
Yeah.
today said, "I'm
But
out of
yeah,
Yeah,
here."
Ken
Hey,
Bucks, I'm out of
Who
here.
was that again?
Granger from Texas also said, "I'm
Oh,
gone."
Yeah. Throw that in there with Mitt
Colorado.
Romney.
There's already been a few other ones that have already stated that a while back. It's just a slow trickle of the ones that we kind of counted on to actually be
The
real
sanity.
people.
the adults in the room.
Yeah, the ones
adults
that
in the
were
room.
sane.
The adults are tired of being
Bashed
literally targeted. You know,
by
I'm
their
sure
own
they're
party.
well, but not just by their own party, but by their own constituents at
By
this
their
point.
constituents, yes.
If they don't do
Listen,
what people want, then there's death threats and all sorts of nastiness. And who would sign up
It's
for
out
that?
of control. It's out of control.
It is. It's out
And
of control.
the right wing fascist part of the Republican Party, the
They like it like
club
this.
crazy. Sure they do.
Yes.
Sure they do, because they're going to get their way that way. We saw what happened with Matt Gaetz. Scream the loudest, stomp the hardest, throw enough piss and shit, and somebody's gonna come and sue the baby. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. But what we really need to focus on is getting people like Matt Gaetz and Sporkfoot and Bobo the Clown out of Congress.
Out. And that's that,
Vote
you know, that those people you just called out are people that both sides should recognize, Republican or Democrat, just from the pure, throw Jim Jordan in there, jack it off Jordan. Has he done a single thing since he's been in office? No. He hasn't brought any legislation to
you're
the
gonna
floor.
end
That's
up
not
with
his
more
job. His job
Mike
is to get up there and
Johnsons.
raise hell.
But here's the big
And that's
difference.
scary.
I don't think, just like with Al Franken, who stepped down,
Yes.
being a Democrat,
I wished he
these
had
other
done that.
people won't push them out and won't. I mean, they're trying to push one out, and or what do you call him, Santos. But mostly, it's all about head count.
It's all about the vote.
Because
tell
the
you how to
numbers are so close, you guys. The
222
numbers
to
are too
212.
close. Yeah.
And we can impact
And
that, baby.
in the Senate, it's even closer.
Yes, it's a 2-vote margin, or two, or yes, 2.
And unfortunately, Tommy Tubashit isn't up for re-election yet.
No,
This
he's
time
going to
around.
be there for a little while. And
Yeah.
I want to see the Republican Party step up and put more pressure on his ass, because they're starting to now, because
Well,
of
that's
the
why he's
dangerous
able to
times
do
we
what he's
live
doing,
in.
because he knows he ain't going nowhere.
And
There's
he's
no
only
threat
got one
to his
issue.
seat.
One thing. He
One.
doesn't care about the rest of it. That's that one thing.
Just that thing.
Nope.
That's his thing.
He's stuck in the mud. He's going to stay
got
there.
his panties in the wad, and he ain't going to pull them out until that one thing is fixed. Hey, let me tell you, Fan just came in with another $2, and he said, I'll quit. He said the two-party system is the problem. It needs to be 3 to 5. I would totally agree if we could get that participation within the separate groups. If you could get a serious number of people to start, but again, you don't get there on the first whack. So yeah, do we need a third party? You bet your ass. You know, we
Or
need it,
fourth or fifth.
or fifth or sixth. I don't really care. After a while, and I think it's true in this day and age. It's going to be more about the person besides the party. It's got to be. We got to have people that are. Shit.
There are so many really good people that run under something other than Republican or Democrat because they don't want to fall into that.
Independent. Bernie Sanders, prime example.
Well, yeah, independent, but I'm talking past that. There's other parties out there that they really do run. They just don't get anywhere past local.
Yeah.
And it's just not right, because there's some good people out there.
Because in higher state politics and in national politics, it's all about the money. And if you can't get the advertisement out there, baby, if you can't get your name out there, it ain't going to happen. And then that's sad. That it all, well, then you're getting back into things like Citizens United and all the other bullshit. What it takes to even get your message on the air. It's an uphill climb, and it's a ruthless battle. I understand. You know, we need fearless.
Well, there's a lot of MAGAs right now, John, that want to listen. I'll tell you, there's a lot of fence sitters right now, and they're willing to listen. If it's not from a place of, you know, family sarcasm and you know, atypical, just go gently. Like I said, man, I look at this as an addiction. Rationalizations, justifications, absolute denial, deflection, straw men, gaslight, straw men. No, let me interrupt. I win.
That's Trump's game plan.
I win.
That's Trump's game plan.
No,
right
I'm gonna interrupt. I win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't even have to
come gently. We come with some nice, you know, some loving words of, hey, bro, you know, I was kind of jacked on that side a little bit too when this all first started, to be honest. But don't you feel like a jackass being brainwashed and being manipulated?
I'm thinking at some point it you know, if integrity doesn't matter, if honesty doesn't matter, I'm thinking it just starts boiling down to the mere fact that aren't you embarrassed by now? If you
Most
support this man, aren't you embarrassed?
I will say it again. You're not brainwashed or manipulated if the person that you're following is speaking your heart.
Yes, that's true.
That's true.
And unfortunately, with the message that Trump came out with, there was a lot of maggots and a lot of racist, misogynistic assholes who just came out from underneath their rocks and decided to participate in the system. And we still have them. They won't go away now.
Did you see the picture I posted in Discord today from the New York trial? They were going into the building.
Right.
And it's from a video, but it's a screen snap. But the security guard is facing the camera, and you see the back of Don Jr.'s head going up the stairs, and he throws him the W sign.
The W sign. The white power sign? Power.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, and if you rock that way, then it's all good. That's what you want. That's not brainwash.
No.
That's not brainwash.
No.
Nope, it's not brainwashed at all.
No,
well,
that's character. That's character.
It is social programming, though. It is social programming, and it is manipulated.
No, it's not. That's what these people have grown up with. That's what they've been taught. That's what's in their heart. And somebody is out there screaming it from the mountaintop, and they want to follow him. That's not brainwash.
Who taught the teachers?
This is generational, sweetheart.
That's what I'm saying.
It goes
all the way back.
It goes all the way back
it's
to
how you're raised. It's the
1860. 1860, when we fought a civil war in this country.
There's been Nazis in my backyard, babe, since 1860 as well. I used to hang out at the fucking Nazi camp.
You're absolutely right about that. That too comes in cycles.
It is generational. You are absolutely 100% right. It's
after
100% generational. And what I'm saying is,
you're going to be taught the prejudices that you're around.
Who taught those teachers? It's a bunch of old, frickin' white fucking Nazis that use any religion that they can.
Wait, no, they've improved their image. They're called white Christian nationalists now.
The foundation of this country. It was built on whiteness.
It's just their advice they have right now. It's the advice they have on the people of America. There's
no argument here. I think we're agreeing here.
Okay, one at a time.
Okay, let me get a thank you in here to Adam Hewitt, who came in with a $5 donation and said, I'm about a no party system. Run on who you are, not the party. Then once elected, then state your party. I always say character matters. I don't know who said this. Somebody did. Character does matter. And at times I've seen, well, I haven't seen them lately. I used to see Republicans that I'd go, yeah, that guy's kind of right, yeah. But now I've lost that because of my own prejudices now within the Republican Party. I can't find a good one out of the whole damn lot. The only two I listen to when they come on the news is Kinzinger. Is that his name? Adam
Yeah.
Kinzinger
Mhm.
and Liz Cheney. Because they're throwing rocks at him. I want to throw rocks at him too. So, you know. I get
Did you hear what he
satisfied.
said today?
He
Speaking of
said
Adam,
he said something today. He was on the show last night with wasn't
well,
he there?
he was asked because he's moved to Houston. You know that, right?
I did, but I wouldn't have, if you would have asked me. I said, "What is
So
it?"
he was asked if he would run against Ted Cruz,
please,
and he's like, "You maybe
please move
not,
to
not
Texas.
this time around," but he's like, "You maybe."
I'd take him in a heartbeat down here in Texas over Ted Cruz. Anybody would take anybody over Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is the most hated man in the Senate.
That's
Nobody
pretty
likes
much
Ted Cruz. The
said.
Republicans don't like Ted Cruz. He's a jackass. For somebody who's Harvard educated, he's fucking stupid. Or he plays to the stupid people. You know, it's President Biden and these 2 beers a week. If you can't live, I'm going to curb you. No such fucking thing. Ted Cruz, he makes shit up so he can yell at it. He's an idiot. He's an embarrassment to my state.
He's another one that stands up and yells and okay, I've made my point.
He's the Jim Jordan of the Senate. You know, Jim Jordan hasn't done anything down there in the House. Nothing. He came in 2016, didn't he? I think. On the wave, or maybe it was 2018. I can't remember.
2012.
2012?
He's yeah.
And he has never brought anything to the floor. Had no bills introduced. Nope. His whole reason for being a congressman is to walk around with his sleeves rolled up, always ready to point something out that he is outraged at. And he came on my radar screen back during the Benghazi days. Jim Jordan was a big Benghazi. The same thing he's doing with Hunter Biden's laptop or anything else he could scramble off the floor of information.
So you're saying he's a one-act guy.
That's it.
Yeah, this is rookie year, and he just didn't learn any more new moves.
Nothing. That's all you got with Jim Jordan. He's the embarrassment for Ohio the same way Ted Cruz is an embarrassment for me.
I hear Cancun is real nice.
Yeah, you ought to go. You ought to go and stay.
I don't want to run into his ass down there.
We did a show one time. Travis set the blue screen up behind me, and I was on the beach in Cancun, and Ted Cruz was off to the side. You couldn't see him, but I was talking to him anyway. We had fun back then. Anyway, so what else is going on?
Well, I will say 100%, Bernadette, we absolutely do agree that it is way multi-generational. And I'm saying it's part of a plan. And I heard that plan up here from the guys that were installing that plan of how to take over, of how to get into government, and where your swastikas underneath.
Up there where Uncle Fatty is known for white supremacists. Well, it's not too far from you, Bernadette. That's not very far away from you.
I got a swastika tattooed guy in our city council, okay? And the Republican that I'm going to vote for this year, for the very first time in my life, I'm going to vote for this Republican because he is calling out his fellow Republican and saying, you know what? All of you, if you do not condone that, if you do not say something, you know, you got one person,
what you need.
That's one Nazi. One Nazi at a table with 11 people.
I don't
12
agree
freaking Nazis.
with hardly anything of the political side of both Kinzinger or Cheney, but I'm looking at them as the two that stood up.
They're not wrapped up in that white power money.
They're not bowing down to their Lord and Master, their new glorious leader. They stood up for their job and did their job.
They're doing it.
They're at least they paid a price for it. So that tells you what the Republican Party is willing, and that's why we're just talking about an exodus of Republicans leaving the Republican or leaving office.
Yeah, I know it.
You know at what point do you just give up against the insanity? They have a plan. It's called Project 2025. They have a plan.
And they want to wear us down. That's why they have Jim Jordans and Tim Cruz.
That's exactly right.
Ted Cruz is in there. They want to wear us down.
They want their side just angry as hell, because if they're angry as hell, they will go to the polls. If they're not angry, they'll just sit in the back. Well, yeah, I'm kidding. But no, if you piss them off real good, they're going to go to the polls. We want to do the same thing, but by informing you of what their plan is, and how
Get them good and scared.
we pump it all the
Get 'em
time.
scared.
How important it is for your vote. Every one of us. One single
Why
vote
was
will
Mitt
not do it.
Romney
It's got to be all of us, and we have the numbers in this country. Thank you, Lolo. Just subscribe to our channel.
How would
We
you
have
like to
the
be
numbers.
Mitt Romney? Be old poor Mitt Romney, the only Mormon boy in a group full of those Christo-fascists talking about every other religion, and you're the only guy in the room that's like, I'm kind of another religion too. I should probably get the frick out of here.
Well, this whole thing with Tommy Tuberville and the new Speaker of the House, by the way, is their heavy influence of their religion into our secular government. They're not supposed to bring your, Tommy Tuberville, you want to go to church and pray about the abortion? That's fine. You want to work to pass legislation in the Senate to restrict military pay for travel outside of the state? Well, then do that. But to pull your thumb out of your ass and stick it up your nose and say, I'm going to just object to every... Yeah, you're an idiot. You're not an American patriot. You're just some glory hog who's using your religion as an excuse to make yourself into one hell of an old boy. Fuck off, Tommy. Get the hell out of my house, man. Alabama should just...
We need his financial. We need to see his financial records.
Tommy Tuberville?
Somebody's dropping some coin on that boy.
Hey, well, how appropriate is that? Are you shitting me? Tony D just came in with a $10 donation and said, what is your opinion of politicians voting for insider trading? We're never going to get rid of it, but... We're never going to get rid of it, but... Thank you, Tony. But that's what it is. Nobody walks out of Congress a poor man. Nobody's walking out of Congress or the Senate who isn't a millionaire. That's a plague.
Jim Jordan's worth $23 million.
For what?
Jordan is worth $23 million.
What has he contributed to society that's worth that much money?
It wasn't when he came in.
No, it wasn't.
$175,000 a year times 20 years ain't no $23 million.
And this goes on. This is the underbelly of what is purely visible to everybody. In my opinion, I think every congressman, every senator ought to have their finances put in a blind trust. They don't know what it's invested in or anything. That way it doesn't inflect their vote. But the way the system is now in the House, and there's all sorts of committees through the House discussing all sorts of things, new technology, new rules for regulations, new environment. Everything is being discussed, and it all impacts the stock market. So if you know what's going on, put your money in the right spot.
Speaking of blind trust, we got Don Jr. talking about his blind trust yesterday in court about how his blind trust was holding his hunting cabin in upstate New York. And now that it's being held by the state of New York as a business asset, that he was not able to use that hunting cabin this fall up in upstate New York because he was so busy defending himself in court. The smugness of these people, the absolute bullshit that they are pulling is top notch, you guys. That we are witnessing history. Straight up,
well,
this
we
is
are,
going to be the
and we have been for some time. Right now with the fraud trial going, I'm sitting over here watching this shit, just saying, please, I want to see the airplane.
It's a lesson in civics right here,
Give me some little.
If these people didn't have the right to say what they wanted to say, and we pushed them down, okay, compared to being the nurturing, the Democrat-loving humanists that we are,
I like to think we are.
We wouldn't have the chance to show how good we are.
But this is our chance.
It's here. It's happening right in front of us.
It's happening every day in the news.
Wild 18 months.
We have no choice in this country when it comes right down to it. And that's the big picture of this. If we either step up and save this country, or you bet your ass we're moving from a democracy into something else, and it will be slowly and surely, and you won't even hardly notice it until it's way too fucking late. But it's visible right now in what they want to do. Let me send out a couple more thanks because Fan just came in with another $5. Fan, thank you very much. Be careful, buddy. There's a difference between patriotism and nationalism, just like conservatism and fascism are different. They want a Christo-fascist dictatorship. When big
Nail
God
on the head.
means
Nail on
big
the head.
business, baby. That's exactly what they want. They want to set the rules according to their God, and oh boy, howdy shit.
What?
Huh?
So Sonia C in the chat here says that her little sister teacher won the teacher's Halloween costume contest. She went as Bob Ross.
Bob Ross, the
Oh, that's
painter. I love it.
Yeah,
Pretty little.
she was
pretty little trees.
a Hufflepuff student from the Harry Potter and dressed up for work. And the boys, the boys really thought it was pretty good looking. I'll tell you that.
Hey, let me thank Thomas
Oh, brother.
O'Neill who came in with a $5 donation and said, "I just love hearing you say Tommy Tubbo shit." And I don't say his name any other way than that. Thank you very much, Thomas. That's who he is. He's Tommy Tubbo shit. He's a great football coach. Maybe you ought to go back to doing that. Retire down in Florida where your house is. Oh, wait a minute. You're an Alabama senator. Who knows? Who cares? Yeah, he's a piece of shit is what he is. He's not a statesman. He's not a senator. No more than Lauren Boebert is a congresswoman. Or Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Just
Matt
another
Gaetz.
wannabe Ronald Reagan.
They
Just
want to
another
make
actor.
the noise. They want to make the history books, baby. They want to be the loudest voice in the room. Doesn't matter if they make idiots out of themselves. They know their audience. They know their crowd. They know who they're speaking to. They don't have to make sense. All they have to do is just spit out vile shit.
And they know they got a machine right behind them just shoving it right down their faces all day long.
Uh-oh. What happened to Bernie?
She had to go do something.
Uh-oh.
She's okay.
Okay.
Just had to go do something.
Okay. Hope she takes care of that.
It's all good.
Well, you know, we still got old folks up here, John, that say things like, you know, that whole gay and transgender thing, you know, that's just, you know, my God wouldn't create such a thing.
Yeah, well, I got news for your God.
That's generational, bro. That's generational, okay?
It falls into that same
that's what I'm
thing,
fighting
that same prejudice all through our history.
That's what I'm fighting against. You know, that is the absolute
Yeah.
stupidest shit these guys are preaching from the pulpit. Okay, we need to tax the hell out of these
Hey.
churches. We need to break this First Amendment
Ain't it amazing?
violation. Right in the
Isn't it
head.
amazing that you can find that kind of talk from people holding a Bible in their hand? They got
Amen.
whatever they're spouting out of their mouth, they got out of that Bible.
And they have
All day long.
a camera in their face too. So
Yes.
blah blah blah. You know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just
They're all
Spewing.
over.
Well,
it.
these guys used to roll holy socks. You know, holy socks.
Holy
And
socks.
you shove a Bible.
I have
yeah,
holy
you shove
socks.
a Bible into. Yeah,
My wife
the big
wants to
wool
throw
sock,
them away,
right?
and I
You
say,
shove
no,
a
they're
Bible down
cool
in
in
there,
the
and you
summer.
swing it around like old Private Pile. You know what I mean? And you beat up gay people with it. That's holy socks for the skinheads up here.
Boy, how to shit.
hey Jorge.
Hello, Jorge.
For real.
Good evening, folks.
How are you doing,
Good to see
Jorge?
ya.
I'm good. I was just wondering how many liberal Democrats you know that are all caught up in the woke agenda.
Well, I'm trying to count.
Are y'all in? Are y'all into the woke thing?
I've got a handful up here. We've got a real diverse group of.
Define what you
I
mean,
know.
there, Jorge.
The definition of woke has been around for a long
No,
time.
not the definition of woke. What does he mean by a
Well,
liberal?
no, the
woke.
woke agenda as presented on Fox News. The woke,
Oh, that was
like, you know, There should be
anything
no
the Democrats
division of
do.
the sexes in sports.
Anything.
The sport should be like, and there's no division by by gender.
You mean the
And-
secret
and
plot
that-
to take over everything that's not woke and,
And-
all
and-
that?
And that kindergarten teachers are trying
Are
to turn our
indoctrinating
children into trans.
Indoctrinating your yes, that's the language that Fox uses. That's the language
Yes.
the right uses. Be afraid.
Yes.
Be very afraid of a gay person or a
Afraid of-
transgender person.
and-
Be afraid.
And how much of that is going on in your neighborhood?
Well,
You mean, do we have any of those
None.
Moms for Liberty in my neighborhood? I don't.
I'm just asking,
I know what you're saying.
how
Is where is the extreme left side that is being
Right,
pushed?
yeah.
Right.
Where's the
Are they doing?
oh, you mean Antifa?
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
the left-wing radical, the left-wing radicals that sit around and smoke dope and talk about their problems all day rather than going up and even thinking once about taking arms against their fellow American.
Yeah, those people.
The people that
How many
If we
kindergarten
sit around
teachers?
trying to ponder how to
turning your
fix this
children into-
shit. Let me see.
There's
Let me
none.
thank
Yeah.
Radiotron 47 who just came in with a $5 donation. Radiotron, thank you, brother. Thank you.
You know what most of the
sister.
kindergarten
I done learned
teachers
that
were
lesson. I
doing? They
don't
were
know.
just trying to get
Radiotron
kids
47 could be.
still for a minute.
Yeah,
You know,
no, the
there's
teachers.
no agenda
yeah,
there. They're just trying to get them to sit still so they'll learn something.
Think it's possible?
It is.
That's all.
It is.
But
It is.
you can teach them without making them sit still too.
All right,
so
Thomas O'Neill, settle down, settle down. Nobody does that here. I wouldn't know
Oops.
it if it hit me in the face.
But that is another sign too of how broken our public school systems are when it comes down to it. That a lot of
Not all of them.
complacency, generality, neutrality, and
Depends on what state you're in.
that's and regional, very
Oh, yeah,
regional,
very
even
regional.
within,
Yeah. Things, but
Neighborhood.
again,
each neighborhood.
as Uncle Fatty is an example up there, I like to think of myself as an example down here in South Texas. Do we have a lot of red? Yes, we do, baby. But is there a lot of blue? Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell
There's
yes.
a lot of purple. There's a lot of folks that are in the
And a
middle
lot of
that
folks
just
that
understand that love each
yeah.
other because we're all humans.
Yeah.
You don't
They're
need a God
scared
to tell you that.
shitless because Texas is so close to being purple. Texas is purple.
Texas is turning,
And
baby.
they're
It's
scared
not
to
solid
death.
red on the maps anymore.
If they lose Texas, it's all over, baby.
Yeah.
I like to
It's
think
over.
so.
In the Midwest, even all the way up
Oh,
into
yeah.
Ohio. And,
In a lot of places
If
like
you
Texas.
lose California, New York, and
Oh,
Texas,
Lord, yeah.
it's all over.
Yeah, Democrats would be gone. That'd be history. If you lost those
Yeah.
states. They're
And
heavily
Texas
blue.
is the
And
only
that-
missing piece.
But if you go out to
New
California,
York and California are already done.
it's not all blue, baby. You get out in the back country, out of the cities and stuff, it turns red. Same way in Texas. It's where populations are put in a situation where you have to live with each other. Oh my God, you
That's
might
right.
have to go to work
Okay,
in an
but-
office building and sit next to a gay person who wasn't in your little town out in backwoods, but now there they are, and you got to sit next to them and work with them. And after a while, well, maybe you find out maybe they're not all that they've made out to be back there in hillbilly heaven, radical bullshit against gay people or anything else. When you're forced into a situation where you have to live together, but you get out in the country, it's easy to just be a redneck asshole, racist, or whatever you want to be out there. You can sit on the old fence out there and talk with your neighbor, all sorts of shit. And believe me, it goes on all the time. But
why were the Republicans so
Yeah, but see,
against
John-
these Starbucks guys trying to unionize? Why, when the Starbucks kids came out and tried to unionize, the Republicans were all against it. Well, the Republicans are the ones that go there and buy $10 lattes and don't frickin' tip.
yeah.
And the people that are making their drinks are purple-haired freaks. So why was it that they didn't want them to unionize again?
They don't care about any of that. They just
No.
care about their
No.
bigger
Their own.
Thank you,
money
yes.
backers and the different businesses therein that don't want to pay any wages. They don't care about the rest of it. They're just with their money people. Their money people say, nope, we don't want unions because then we'll have to pay wages.
Absolutely.
That's as simple as that. It's
Okay,
pretty
but the demographics do not lie. And here, in the next few years, Austin is going to be bigger than San Diego.
Yeah.
At that point,
Austin is
four
it's growing every time you turn
four
around.
of the 10 largest cities in America are going to be in Texas, and 4 of the 10 largest cities in America will be in California. And that only, I mean, that's 8 out of 10.
well, and you got most of those people coming from California who don't like their democratic state, so they think they're going to the red state of Texas, and there you go.
Yeah, you get down there and move to Corpus Christi, and you find out what
No,
bunch of hippies and
let me
beach
tell
bums
you,
out here. What's
Austin-
this out here?
Austin is getting bluer by the day.
Every day.
Just Austin.
And
all right?
Austin
They're
will
moving in
eventually, as far away as it is, will blend with San Antonio. Everything from Austin down through New Braunfels, everything, all of that.
corridor.
It's the corridor,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
And all of that.
San
is
Marcos.
good. Yeah.
Kyle, San Marcos, all that.
And
It's
the
gonna be
dance
one-
hall
it's
down
kinda
in
like-
Green.
Kind of like DFW. I mean,
That's
Dallas,
what
Fort Worth
it
is just
does.
one big
And for
metroplex.
people like Jorge and myself, we've struggled with this shit for a long time. We are not the redneck assholes that the
You're
news
damn
makes
right.
Texas out to be. We have a
Neither is
a
Idaho,
wide
to be fair.
diversity of people in this state. You know, if you're a racist asshole or are you shitting me? If you're if you hate Mexicans, don't come down here, baby. The food is great. Live up there wherever the fuck you think is white. There
Yeah.
ain't no place white.
I get along with Mexicans better than I do with gringos.
I got that discussion the other day because somebody was talking about all the in the term they use for migrants, and I used to weld a lot out in the brush. Jorge knows and Randy Peterson knows, especially where he's at right now. It's nothing out there but cactus, mesquite trees that have big thorns. Ain't nothing out there ain't gonna bite you, scratch you, or nothing. It's a very hostile environment. And you're out there trying to run a pipeline through that shit or build a compressor station, whatever it is you're trying to do. It's hard. And
not get bit by rattlesnakes.
yeah, there's plenty of rattlers. As a matter of fact, the place my wife was born and raised in is known for exactly that. It's the rattlesnake races down in Freer,
The
Texas.
roundup.
Yeah, rattlesnake roundup, baby.
Yeah.
That's what you had to do, and they turned it into a festival, but it was trying to get rid of as many rattlesnakes as you possibly could. So good old boys like John used to just ride around in a pickup truck at night, drinking beer and looking for rattlesnakes because they kind of come out on the road where it's warm. Anyway, I want to
And then they milk them
They milk, milk them and then barbecue
for venom.
deep fry them. Paul Christensen came in with a $10 donation. Paul, thank you very much. I appreciate that tremendously. That's a new name there. I always like it to see somebody new come in the room.
Hey, Blue Karma had a real good one here. John says, "Who the hell has time to worry about what other people are doing? It's none of our business. Woke is just acceptance of another.
That's all woke
of another
is.
different.
Woke is being aware of something, that you're knowledgeable of something.
A critical thinker.
Yes.
You know?
Well, to get
a
back
normal
to
person.
Jorge's original question when he came on,
Huh.
it's all about what the Republican or MAGAs want their people to think we do.
Exactly.
They're just weaponizing us,
Oh,
Exactly.
even though we're not
Yeah.
doing anything.
Exactly.
No, they use it as a weapon.
There
Woke
have
is
always
used as a
been
stick.
radical
Oh, Lord.
radical college professors with wild ideas. That's nothing new.
No.
No, that's
It's
how
always been that way.
progress is made. Radical ideas, out in the
Yeah.
box thinking, stuff
just
like
college
that.
in general. That's just critical thinking skills. That's big cities always go blue because you can't control that big of a population. That's all it comes down to. Same with colleges. You can't control that amount of kids in one place that are going to be free thinkers and say, you know what? Gen X style, straight up Gen X. We are going to question everything. We're going to question both sides. We're going to question our parents. We're going to question our aunts and uncles. We're going to question our brothers. We're going to question the musicians that are on stage.
And you know what makes me feel good about that? Go ahead and question our side and question the other side. And let's see those answers.
Sure.
Let's see the truths of both sides. And again, we're not, you know, you can't sit here. The Democrats have had a lot of problems over the years with ethical issues, but not near the volume of what we see now in the Republican Party. They have lost everything, any integrity at all. They don't give a shit. They're in it for the power, baby.
It's the last gasp of a stinking rat on a sinking ship.
It
And they're
is.
Well,
doing anything.
it used to just look like a regular soap opera. Now I don't know what it is.
Hey, let me thank Jake Sellers, who came in with a $2 donation and said, there you go, brother, rattlesnake tamales. Hey, I've had rattlesnake a lot of different ways, and it is good.
Hell yeah.
And I will not lie to you. A good fried up rattlesnake tastes like
Tell
chicken.
you what.
Tastes like chicken.
We
Has
don't
the
got rattlesnakes
consistency
up
of
here,
like a
John.
chicken breast, a little drier. Huh?
Mm.
I made plenty
Yeah,
of
we
them.
don't got rattlesnakes up here. Jeff
No.
Curry says he had an alcoholic cousin that hunted rattlesnakes, and he rolled his car off the embankment, told the cops not to go down there because there were snakes everywhere.
Snakes down there. Don't go down there. Snakes. Where my wife was born and raised, in is Freer, Texas, but she was raised in a little place where Randy is out hunting deer right now called Seven Sisters, and there is nothing there. Nothing.
Yep.
It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Mesquite.
Yeah, mesquite and cactus. That's it. But and lots of oil. Lots of oil. That's why
That's it.
everybody's there. And
Well, up here they do
rattlesnakes
the
in that
same
area
kind of thing.
are
We
very
got the
big thing.
Rocky Mountain oysters. You know Rocky Mountain oysters.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I don't eat them.
Rock Creek Lodge has
Oh,
their
yeah.
testicle festival every fall. They do
Yeah,
the
I don't eat
testicle
them.
festival at Rock Creek Lodge.
I don't eat brains either.
yourself
I
a
don't
ball.
want that shit.
Yeah,
Give me
nothing like a good ball eating contest.
yeah. No, that's all right. I'll pass. I'll pass on the balls. There's something. I love oysters. Just not mountain oysters. Wait a minute. Where'd these come from? No.
That's
That's all right. That's all right. I don't know. They'd probably be good. Who do I know? I've never ate
It's a
one.
great
So I
time.
don't
They
know.
got
There's some things.
It's a piece of the cow I don't want. No,
Yes, I don't. You know, it's like we was talking the other day. Joe was in the room when tripas, the intestine and the stomach that they use in cooking menudo. I like menudo.
So?
I just don't like that
That's
part
right.
of the menudo. I eat everything else in the menudo. I just don't like eating that piece. But without that, you don't have the rest of the
That's a
menudo.
cure
So
for a hangover.
it is. It
Uh-huh.
is. You drink enough, you'll eat that shit. So anyway.
Hell yeah.
Oh, where'd my... There she is.
You guys get a lot of trick or treaters down there?
Not where I live, brother. Live way out in the country. The kid would be scared to even walk down this street in the middle of the night. There's no lights or nothing. So it gets a little spooky down here by itself. So,
God, I used to have a bunch of kids
I'm
in the
6
neighborhood.
miles
But-
from town at the dead end of a dirt road.
yeah, there you go. Ain't getting nobody knocking on the door. But Travis and Rose
We
did.
ain't never seen a trick or treater down here.
Travis did go.
Maybe they're out
Travis
there
and
looking
Rose
for
went
the
into town
crossroad.
in our old neighborhood where they lived when they were kids, when I was still working for the Army. And yeah, there's a lot of activity down there. See, where my kids, you could, from my house, you could go out in the street, look down the street, and see the Corpus Christi Bay. And you think, oh, this is a nice area. And it was. But there was a dividing line called Alameda. If you lived between Alameda and Ocean Drive, oh, yeah. That's some money, baby. You better be paying some high taxes there. Them's nice houses. You go from Alameda to Staples, it's a nice neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood. But it's not like the other side of that street down there. And that's where the kids just, I mean, every year, even us, our whole area down there in the Del Mar section would get hit heavily with trick-or-treaters. They'd come from all parts of the town to come there. I remember
Shit, I
that.
used to have 50 or 60,
I miss that house.
you know, at least 50 or 60 kids. We'd go through 4 or 5 bags of candy. Now there's no kids
Yeah.
in the neighborhood, and I'm like,
That's,
I got all this candy sitting
well,
around.
you look at all the scares that over the years that so many Halloween's that, thank goodness I didn't hear any this year of anybody suffering any nefarious problems with candy or anything, but that was in the news for a long time. People are a lot more cautious now, and as well they should. They should inspect their kids' candy when they go out trick or treating. But
hell, we used to roll around on our rollerblades and fill up 4 or 5 pillow sacks and walk into school the next day with that.
Shit!
Half of a Johnny
when I was a kid, it was all about volume. We ain't quitting until the last light goes out. Anyway, let me thank Maria Betancourt, who just came in with a $5 donation and said, "Growing up in a Catholic church, Jesus and everyone was Caucasian." Well, of course they are. Look it up in Leviticus; it's right there.
Of course
God
they
is
are.
So
Caucasian.
So was Sam.
The
Yeah, we got
churches
into
they
that
had up
discussion.
here,
Thank you, Maria.
they preached that right up. Jesus was a white man.
Yeah.
And it was absolute.
Sure, look
The
at all the
only
pictures.
white
Hey,
dude
look
in
at all
the
the
Middle
pictures.
East.
Look at all the pictures.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Good
right there.
look.
Yeah, that's what we were discussing the other night. The fact is, just look where he was born, and it'll tell you a whole lot. Miss Jean,
Yes.
are you in this room, darling? That's an ignorant question. You said yes. I can hear you just fine, Miss Jean. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good, good. Been paying
A little
attention.
cold up here. It's warming up. Got to feel 41 degrees.
41?
Yeah.
Close the door.
Yeah.
That's enough of that
We
shit.
got up to 38.
That's got close the door. Close the door. I'm looking forward to getting back to my 80s. I like, I'm an 80s kind of guy. If I have to suffer through 90s and 110 or whatever, well, that's what you got to do. But
Yes.
the rest of the year,
We have a court thing going on up here. You heard?
yeah. But
Supreme
what going
Court.
up there?
Oh yeah, the keep the guy off the ballot. Trump.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
you got a lot of that up there.
A little started. It's quite
The
dull,
old
but
14th Amendment.
Yeah.
That's making the news. That the case in
Well,
Colorado and in other states, he may not be on the ballot. As a matter of fact, who was
Yeah,
that?
Trump is.
Judge Luttig. As a matter of fact, I
Yep.
knew it was over here on MSNBC. There's a headline: Judge Luttig
Yeah,
explains why Donald Trump is disqualified from the presidency.
and he's a hardcore conservative
And he is a
constitutional
hardcore
scholar.
Yes, he is very right to the right. This is not just some liberal judge out there saying he won't. This is their side saying it. And how, with the evidence that we've all seen, and we all know in our heart, yes, he was involved in the insurrection. Did he give aid and comfort to the? Yes, he did, and still is.
It's dragging on so slow.
Yeah.
But I want the damn thing done now.
The argument here's what was being discussed on somebody's show the other night. I was listening. I was wishing I was involved in the conversation. Anyway, if he is disqualified from the ballot, he is going to scream and holler about it.
He already is.
Yes, he already is. That he's being tried to remove from the ballot. They're going to try to prevent you from voting for the best president ever, me, and I love you all for voting for me
He's gonna
because
scream and holler anyway
so
about everything.
But
they
this-
say it's dangerous
this would be the one.
if they remove him from the ballot. They say, oh, it's going to be dangerous. Well, let's make up our mind here, because if you're telling me it's going to be dangerous to remove him from the ballot, but if we leave him on the ballot, he is going to win. And I'm not talking about the vote count. I'm just saying he's going to say he won. And we're going to go through the same thing we did before. And there will be more
Well, you know what?
Republicans in the House standing up trying
You know what Bernadette would say?
What?
She'd say, "Fuck Trump."
Fuck Trump.
Yeah.
Bernadette would exactly say that.
Fuck Trump.
Let me thank Carol DeBurs came back in with another $5 and said, my respect for Maria Betancourt, just because I would be honored to have dinner and a long talk too. Well, ain't that sweet? That Carol and Maria Betancourt. I love that shit.
I think
That's the
next
heart of
spring sounds
I
like a
wish y'all
good
could
idea.
get together. And I wish a lot of, and on
Good.
that note. A lot of blue dots have. We have had blue dots that have traveled distances to meet each other, that they have made friends on this platform, and for years. My favorite one is oh man, don't forget names when you're about to pull them right up. One lives in Boston, one lives in Maine, and they have made it a point to meet several times. Donna Bonacosi is in Boston, and I
Don't know.
I apologize.
We'll get
The
there.
Rolodex is very. It'll come to me.
Well, you've
Karen
got one right
Cormier.
here in the group.
Karen Cormier. See, it just takes a minute for the Rolodex to hit there.
Miss Jean got together with Keith in Minnesota.
You did indeed, Gene, didn't you?
He's taller than me.
He's taller than you. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Keith has met several blue dots. I think.
Gets around.
I don't know. Maybe it's just you, Gene.
No, he gets around.
He does.
He gets around. He
He's
gets
a big blue
around.
dot. He is. He's always involved in shit. That's what I love about this. I keep telling y'all. Oh, thank you. It is time for the credits. And let me thank Jake Sellers, who came in with $5, said 91 felonies. There is no way he can run or be on the ballot. He's a felon. Oh, there's so many things coming together. I just love it, love it, love it.
Well,
We've been
it's
waiting on this
91
damn long. Thank you, Jake.
We got to remember it's 91 indictments. He hasn't been found guilty of any of them.
Technicalities.
Well, it's a technicality.
Get the rope. No, we can't. No, he does
or the
deserve his
14th
day in court,
Amendment's
just like
concerned
anybody
now.
does.
Give
That
Jack
14th
Smith a
Amendment.
little more time.
It's just
Say, what happened?
sometimes it's when the handwriting is on the wall and we can all read the writing on the wall and everybody sees the writing on the wall. Yeah, maybe
Did
your
Junior-
tactics ought to change.
When
but
you're
he's not.
probably standing in the bathroom in some dingy bar because there's lots of writing on the wall.
Lots of writing on the wall. Phone numbers galore. Anyway.
Yes.
Boy, that shit.
What
Ain't
did Junior
that
do
something?
today?
Huh?
We're not going to talk about my ex-wife now.
No, watch it now. Okay.
You know,
We're not bringing in that kind of stuff. Anyway, I guess it is about time we'll wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in and joining the conversation tonight. That's what this is, baby. It's a big table. I wish the discussion around my house is before about a week, and it was a personal story here. My internet went kazoomy. It went real. I was uploading videos like within boom, there it goes. Well, that went away, and now I'm back to waiting on my computer to upload this video. Anyway, I'm gonna have to call the company because if it's a matter, are they just like giving me a little test here, saying, do you want some of this? Because if so, yes, I do. Because we want to expand this.
They're teasing you.
They are. Because when that was happening, my first thought was, hey, I might be able to bring somebody else's face onto this damn screen besides my ugly mug. And I would love to be able to do that. That's what my goal is to try to expand to where I can bring other people on camera. So, y'all put your makeup on and all that shit.
Well, that gets a little complicated because not everybody has a way to put themselves on camera.
Yeah. This would only be if you wanted to show up. I don't know. There's a lot of different formats we could use, like an interview type situation, like I did with Erin Trombley a long time.
Yep.
I did. Yes, I had her on camera. Me and her were on camera. It was not live. It was pre-recorded because that's the only way we could do it. And there she is again. If y'all don't know who we're talking about, that's Erin Trombley. She is running for town clerk up in Maru, New York. That's her Act Blue account. So if you could help her out, do that. Where's my credit button? There it is.
And I
Send
had
her
an
$2.
Send her
email
Excellent.
from Erin Trombley, and I know exactly where she was this evening with cupcakes.
with cupcakes. Where was she this evening?
Cakes.
Where's my
They were
cupcake?
at they were at a volunteer, training volunteers to do things. So she was
Outstanding, Erin.
and she had taken cupcakes. So yeah,
That's who she is.
that's who she is.
She tries to do great things and bring cupcakes. What more could you want in a candidate? Y'all vote for her up there. Y'all need her.
Sounds like a blue dot to me, buddy.
Sounds like it
Sounds
to me,
like
Uncle Fatty.
blue dot to me.
Oh, she is. She is, and it just tickles us because she's a blue dot, baby. So yeah, and oh yeah, maybe we'll try to do something else. Get her on again. Anyway,
Well, there's only about 300 million of us, so
that's all. We're working to get bigger every day, baby. Anyway, Uncle
well,
Fatty.
Jeff says, you know what?
Save
The best way to piss off your neighbors is to hand out those little shot bottles of liquor to the kids. That's not a good way to set off your neighbors. But I go for the full size Snickers bars myself.
Give this to your daddy. A little bottle of whiskey there. Anyway. Yep.
But you guys have a good rest of the week.
If
have a
I
great
buy
weekend.
Halloween candy out here, I'm eating it. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Uncle Fatty, yes. Thank you for coming in, brother. We enjoy your voice.
Never be afraid to grab a red dot pen and say, "Hey, brother,
Yeah.
check this video out right here."
Yeah, check this guy out. Look at his beard. Boy, howdy shit, ain't he old?
Tell you what.
Anyway, whatever it takes to get
It
him in
works.
here. Spread this shit. Share this shit. Exactly.
There it is. Shit.
Thank you, Uncle Fatty. We appreciate it. And Jorge,
You got
been a while, brother.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you came into
Well-
the room, brother.
Save the world, and it never hurts to bring cupcakes.
You know I could save the world, Jorge. You know why, too.
That's right, and bring
Because I have a
cupcakes.
bottle of Save the World beer.
Save the
This
world.
beer is unopened. This beer is, anytime it gets to be an emergency and I have to save the world, well, me and Jorge are going to
You
open
got
these
it.
beers and we're going to drink them.
That's right. We're
And then
loaded,
and then we're gonna
loaded
save
and
the
ready
world.
to go.
Brother, I love you. Take care of yourself.
I
Tell
love
the
you,
lovely
John.
Nan I said hello. And
I will do that.
and take
She
care of
sends her
yourself.
best regards as always.
Thank you. Tell her I said hi. And
All right.
take care of yourself.
Good
brother.
evening, y'all.
Until next time we meet, which might not be long. Anyway, thanks, brother, for coming
Won't
in.
be long.
Yeah, we're working on it.
All right, y'all have a good evening.
We can't click these bottles together unless we're together. Anyway, we want to thank Jake Sellers, who came back in with another $5. Jake, thank you very much. It says, if Trump goes to prison, what do we feed him? I'd
Pork
like
chop
to be the
sandwiches.
last guy handling his trade.
McDonald's. McDonald's.
I know what he'd be anyway. Yeah, shit, I hope. Well, whatever the cafeteria is feeding that day, which if you ask most people, it's usually shit, but, you know, maybe he'll
Once they
have
get
his
lots-
private sushi chef in there cooking him up something. I don't think so.
Put him on a diet.
I got into a whole big conversation the other day about the difference between Georgia case and D.C. case. What do you want to go to, state prison or federal prison?
Sonia says, feed him ketchup.
There you go.
Only
Give him lots of ketchup. He needs it. It'll be
Only
all over
ketchup.
his cell. Anyway, Jorge, take care of yourself and miss you, chick.
Yes, John.
You have anybody you want to call out, baby?
I did find a couple. I also want to call out Ohio in general.
Call out Ohio, baby.
Ohio, you got to get out and vote. I know a lot of you have been doing your mail-in ballots and excellent work, but you have that issue number 1 and issue number 2, the abortion constitutional rights and the marijuana. Vote yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Get your ass out and vote. Damn it.
Get out and vote. And they're not the only ones. There's 29 other places that are voting, including my
Okay.
state. But
Texas
There
is
was-
too.
Texas has like 14 different ballot measures. Did you know that?
I haven't reviewed them all. Don't test me, please.
Well, mind
been
you, they're
busy.
not. Some of them aren't statewide. Some of them are just local.
Local.
But there's about 14 of them
Yeah.
all around Texas.
Yeah.
So check
We've
your
got two
area,
constitutional
see what-
amendments to the state constitution on there. And
just because you don't think one of those big names is up for any voting right now, there's other stuff to vote on. There's always other stuff that we have to keep an eye on. Could be school boards, could be tax related, could be lots of things. But get out and vote.
it all comes down to us, baby.
Yep, can't complain if you don't vote.
That's right. And we like complaining, so make sure you get out
Yeah.
and vote.
Yep. And Washington has some mayoral voting in Olympia and Spokane. Superior Court judge in Spokane County, you know. So check things out. There's places to vote.
And there's going to be a lot of them.
Oh, there is.
Because it's that time
But
of
I
year.
do have some people who shared some shit.
Somebody shared this shit?
I did.
Who shared this shit?
Jeffrey Taman from Oregon. Pam Ho from New York. Victor Tolsuma from Alberta, Canada.
Outstanding.
Nancy Roth Dyson from Missouri.
I love it.
Annette Nettie Katau from New York.
Outstanding.
Lionel Hansen from New Zealand.
He's a handsome
Thank
fella.
you. Yeah, no, not handsome.
Well, how do you know he's not handsome?
He probably is.
He probably is.
And Kent Williamson from Ohio, and he does say, Ohio coming back towards blue next Tuesday, 2023 election day, baby. Voted yes on issue 1, continuing abortion, and yes on 2, legalize, marijuana. In early voting, support both issues. Support for both issues is coming from Dems and Republicans. So he's hopeful. He's
bipartisan.
Yep.
Well, that's the way our system should work.
It should. If something's good, you should vote for it.
That's right. Anyway, Miss Chick, I want to thank you, darling, so much.
You're welcome, John.
And I want to thank Bernadette, our own Bernadette Pree, for coming into the room earlier. She had to leave, but we always value her voice, and we always appreciate her being here.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Anyway.
And we didn't get to do her long list of 2 for Blues, but
no. Oh no! You see, when she's gone, things get These both Bernadette and Miss Chick are the ones that keep my ass in line and make me. Anyway, if not, they whip out the ruler, and my knuckles can't take any more pain. It's just getting. Anyway. I want to thank everybody for participating in the show and being a part of this. Again, the names you see going by on Patreon, thank you very much for being a participant in that. It helps this show tremendously. And those who donated a la carte tonight, thank you for keeping this
you
shit
keep
going.
The power on. You keep the
internet. I paid the internet bill today. And today I took care of a few things, and I couldn't have done had it not been for Benita. So thank you very much, Benita, and I appreciate you tremendously. Anyway,
every one of you Blue Dots who helps out.
Every one of you is so important to this family, and the chat that goes on in here is just
all can like, share, and subscribe.
Huh?
Everybody can like, share, and subscribe.
Everybody could like, share, and subscribe this shit. Oh, don't remind me. Daylight savings time is coming.
It is.
Yes, I hate that shit. Anyway, today is Thursday, which means tomorrow, just so happens I looked on the calendar, it's Beer and Bud Friday. I seen it right there, so get ready. Put the beer on the ice. Get ready to put a bud in the bowl. Practice if you have to, but get ready. We'll have our Beer and Bud tomorrow, and then we'll be back here for Sunday's Blue Dot Family Meeting. Please tell your friends. Tell them come on in the room, baby. Join the fun. Anyway, this time I can say it. Y'all say good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. It's just us. Anyway, I love y'all. Just take care of yourself, and we'll see